If someone told you that eating chocolate every day is actually good for your health, you'd probably roll your eyes and say, sure, and pizza helps you lose weight too, right? But hold on. Before you laugh it off, science might have a little surprise for you. Because chocolate, that sweet, guilty pleasure we all secretly love, may actually be doing something good for your heart. When you think of chocolate, you probably picture a smooth, dark bar melting slowly on your tongue. Happiness in its purest, most edible form. But behind that pleasure lies chemistry. Real, measurable, heart-pumping chemistry. That's why scientists, who usually spend their days staring at microscopes and equations, decided to take chocolate seriously. And what they found might just justify every bar you've ever eaten. The secret lies in something called flavonoids, natural compounds found in cocoa beans, especially in dark chocolate. These little molecules act like bodyguards for your blood vessels. They help them relax, improve blood flow, and slightly lower blood pressure. In simple terms, flavonoids keep your blood moving smoothly so your heart doesn't have to work overtime. Kind of like giving your heart a spa day, without the candles. But wait, before you go on a chocolate shopping spree, there's a big difference between real dark chocolate and the candy bar version sitting by the checkout counter. Most commercial chocolates, the ones stuffed with sugar, milk, and fats, barely contain enough cocoa to make a difference. They're delicious, yes, but when it comes to health, they're more dessert than doctor. So if you're eating a bar thinking it'll save your arteries, sorry, you're just saving your cravings. Research from Harvard and the European Heart Journal shows that people who eat small amounts of dark chocolate, around 2 or 3 times a week, tend to have a lower risk of heart disease. Why? Because of a molecule your body produces called nitric oxide. Flavonoids help your body make more of it, and nitric oxide's job is to tell your blood vessels to chill. Literally, it relaxes them, widens them, and helps blood move through your system with less pressure. So when your vessels are relaxed, your blood pressure drops, and your heart can take a deep breath and say, finally, a break. But here's the twist. The key word here is moderation. 1 or 2 squares of dark chocolate can be medicine. An entire bar every day, that's a cry for help. Because even dark chocolate still packs calories. A lot of them. A medium-sized bar has about 500 calories. That's 2.5 plates of rice. Or, in science terms, too much. Eat it for your heart, and your heart may thank you. Eat it for your emotions, and your genes will start protesting. Now, not everyone's body handles chocolate the same way. It contains caffeine and theobromine, mild stimulants that can make you feel alert, but too much can make your heart race, literally. So, if you're sensitive to caffeine, or if you eat it right before bed, don't blame the universe if you end up counting cocoa beans instead of sheep. So how do you do it right? The formula is surprisingly simple. 1. Choose dark chocolate, at least 70% cocoa. Keep it small but consistent, and avoid pairing it with high-sugar snacks. No chocolate plus bubble tea combos, please. When you eat it right, chocolate becomes a microdose of happiness and heart care. Fun fact, the connection between chocolate and the heart isn't new. The ancient Aztecs and Mayans considered cocoa a sacred food. They even used it in rituals to honor the gods of strength and love. To them, chocolate wasn't a treat. It was a symbol of vitality and passion. Thousands of years later, modern science finally caught up with what they already knew. There really is power hidden inside the cocoa bean. Now, let's talk about why it works so well. Flavonoids don't just help your blood vessels, they also fight oxidative stress. That's the cellular rust that make you age and weaken your tissues. By neutralizing free radicals, chocolate helps your heart and cells stay young a little longer. It's not magic, it's chemistry wrapped in sweetness. Now, before you start calling it a superfood, let's be honest. Chocolate won't turn you into a fitness model or replace your cardio workouts, but it can support your health, especially if you replace junk snacks with a few pieces of dark chocolate instead. Think of it as a reward your body doesn't feel guilty about. You're not cheating on your diet. You're negotiating with science. Still, some people take it too far. You've probably seen those "eat chocolate, lose weight" articles online. Please, that's not science. That's wishful thinking with sprinkles on top. Chocolate supports your heart because of its compounds, not because it erases the effects of pizza and fries. It's a helper, not a miracle. So, how much is ideal? Experts suggest about 30 grams, roughly 2 small squares, a few times a week. That's enough to get the benefits without overloading on calories. And remember, the darker the chocolate, the stronger the effect. If it tastes a little bitter, that's good. That bitterness is the taste of antioxidants at work. And here's a secret most people don't realize. Chocolate also makes your brain release serotonin and dopamine, the feel-good chemicals that make you happy. So when you say chocolate makes you feel better, you're not wrong. It's literally chemistry playing therapist. That's also why people crave chocolate when they're stressed or heartbroken. It's the edible version of a hug. Small, sweet, and slightly addictive. But let's circle back to our main question. Does chocolate make your heart stronger? Yes, but only if you're treating it like medicine, not comfort food. Dark, bitter, minimal sugar, and eaten in moderation. That's the sweet spot. If you eat it to fix your emotions, it'll probably break your diet. If you eat it to take care of your heart, it might just do both. Because the truth is, chocolate doesn't just melt in your mouth, it melts stress too. It gives your brain joy, your heart a break, and your taste buds the illusion that self-care can be delicious. It's proof that sometimes pleasure and health don't have to be enemies. So next time you unwrap that little square of dark chocolate, don't feel guilty. Smile and whisper to yourself, "I'm doing this for my heart," because you are.